We can hear you. I unmuted you. I was expecting you to start saying things.
Well, I bet you didn't expect me to say that, did you?
No.
Oh, well,
no,
start the show as we mean to go on.
Yes, quite right.
YouTube,
okay. And this is being recorded to go out and to be thrown back on again because...
What have we done?
Nothing.
X being fake and gay.
Fake and gay, yeah. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
anyway, let's bring this man on. Let's go. Here he is. Yes, the fabulous Statsman. Look at that. Oh, and he just cuts it off. Hey. How you doing? Okay.
I'm all right, yeah.
I
was just fighting with technology then when I swore during the countdown.
Do you know what? And I've noticed that you've had a haircut.
It's been cut, yeah.
Yep. You could be out of something like out of Top Gun. All you need are the glasses to go with it.
I normally do. It's not summer. I haven't got them to hand. But
don't
worry, the aviators will be back in, I don't know, maybe March. We'll see.
Well,
all depends on the weather, which at the moment.
Well, it was shit over here. But, okay, do you remember?
I remember lots of things.
That little song that annoyed you the most. Chicken, banana. Okay. Well, I've got something else now. This is Starmer on holiday. Are you ready for this?
I don't know why, but I'm going to trust you.
You are going to love it.
Put my fingers are here just in case it's the line. There we go. Don't really know what to say about that.
That was Starmer last week on holiday.
I think I'd rather the monkey, to be honest. Wouldn't you? I think he'd probably do a better job of running this country anyway. without the elephant song. Yeah.
Okay, and here's the word of the day. Are you ready for this?
Oh, go on. I'm going to have to start making some of these up myself.
The word of the day is arse badger.
Arse badger. Right, I'm going to have to start writing some of these down because that's a good one, that. Arse badger.
And before we start getting into all the real shit.
Have you ever written the word badger? Because, when you write a word down, you feel like you've never written it before.
I know. Badger.
I know how to spell it, but maybe I've written it before.
I-T.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bad joke.
Next.
Bad joke. Bad boy. Bad joke. Okay, right. A little bit of culture. Okay, and you'll love this.
Have we got any left?
Yeah.
Okay. I think they're all about to destroy whatever is left.
Behind these doors is one of the most breathtaking buildings in Britain. This is the Watts Mortuary Chapel, designed by the artist Mary Seton Watts as a resting place for the dead before they could be buried. It is so richly decorated. Every inch of the surface is painted, gilded, or adorned in one way or another. Mary's design shows Earth with flowers and vines alongside winged messages, moving towards heaven in the vaulted ceiling with seraphim and cherubs closest in the celestial order to God, both heaven and earth connected through the Tree of Life. For me, what makes it even more of a marvel is that building the chapel was a community effort, with Mary involving the villagers of Compton at every stage. She hosted terracotta classes in her studio to create the highly detailed tiles that decorate the outside. Children in the village made the flowers that sit above the rail. The oak and chestnut doors were carved by the wheelwright Thomas Stedman, the hinges made by the blacksmith Clarence Sex. All in all, 74 villagers contributed to the making of the chapel. Completed in April 1904, the chapel was used just a few months later when Mary's husband, G.F. Watts, died on the 1st of July in London. His ashes were brought to the chapel and then interred in the adjoining cemetery, which became Mary's final resting place in 1938.
Well, what about that? Okay.
It's
beautiful,
staggering, isn't it? The amount of effort, not just by like one person, it was like a
community
thing over years and years, building all these old buildings. Now what we get something like looks like they've just put it together from IKEA.
Yep.
And then, I mean, look at the art and the way they decorate things. Just flick poo on the walls and build some shit out of rubbish and shove a lamb banana all around your town and they call it art. Honestly, people just don't make an effort no more, do they? That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it makes you want to go out to Compton and go take a look, you know. But I mean, absolutely beautiful. Okay.
Compton, like in Los Angeles, proper dangerous, that, mate. You've seen boys in the hood.
Bum boys.
Get rough around here. No, tell you where's nice, though. We should do something on Durham University. Wow.
All right. Okay.
Oh, mate, I went in like one, I think it was a monastery, was it? Like one of the, mate, from like the 1200s and that. Oh, it's boss. You go in the dining room. It's like something off Harry Potter. It's got all the Cromwell armour on the walls from Cromwell and all the rifles and that.
Love it.
Yeah, we went camping one weekend and just dragged kids around there. They were made up.
Anything to do with Cromwell goes down very, very well with me right at the moment. Okay. But, okay, here's Andrew and his new guys.
Good evening, little ones. It's your Uncle Andy here with a jolly bedtime story.
I don't want one. Is it about Jim? Are you going to fix it? Uncle Geoffrey.
Once upon a time, in a faraway palace called Buckingham, there lived a prince who loved pizza parties.
What the
One
hell?
day he went to Pizza Express in Woking. Remember that, kids? No sweating involved, because princes don't sweat. Ha ha!
Stick in
But oh
Minnesota.
dear. Some naughty gremlins spread silly rumours about island adventures with a funny man named Jeffrey Epstein. Ooh, scandal, they cried.
God.
The prince said, Poppycock, I was just there for the puppet shows and non-sweaty handshakes. Then, yesterday, poof, the bobbies popped by for a surprise tea party.
No,
You're
it's all about
nicked, Your
Mandleton, then.
Highness, they said. Now the prince is in a tower, pondering his next pizza. Moral, always alibi with anchovies. Sweet dreams, kiddies. Don't let the bedbugs bite or sue.
Oh, God.
Aren't they just phenomenal? I just love Crew Kern Gazette. I just think they're so well. And here's the truth of the matter. So we're going to get down to the real shit of what's going on. Okay. So this is Andrew Morton, the royal biographer, or a royal biographer, and what he's got to say about Andrew and Fergie. Comments after, please, sir. After.
The first thing I would have thought Plod would have done would have been look at the money trail. The Fergie borrowing.
Did I just hear him correct? He called Plod. Policeman Plod.
Sorry, mate, but I think Plod should have been looking for the Nancy stuff.
Well,
anyway,
here we go.
We'll just cover that up. Yeah.
Fergie borrowing money from Epstein, the paedophile. Mandelson's husband borrowing money from Epstein. So the money side of things will be, I would have thought, front and central in this investigation.
So, and of course, there's if you like, a shoal of communications which will fall from our government concerning Peter Mandelson's time as ambassador and all of that. So there'll probably be new revelations. But I'm interested in your point about the money, and this brings in Sarah Ferguson. I mean, how far can this all go?
Well, I mean, Sarah Ferguson, for example, has had problems with money from before she met Andrew. She was always in debt. I mean, I've got a cartoon on my office wall that shows Fergie looking at a £5 note, and then there's a thought bubble that says, £5, I came out with 50,000 this morning. Well,
there you go. Okay, comments, sir. There you go.
Did they ever try thinking of maybe downscaling on the houses they live in? Might not be so skint. Live within your means. Oh, I tell you what, we'll just go Uncle Jeffrey and who borrows money off a nonce? I mean, already that's just like, I tell you what, we're skint. Who should borrow money off? What about Epstein? Dangerous. Yeah, but he's rich. He's a nonce. Oh, well, we'll do it anyway.
It isn't going to happen anymore, is it? I mean, all
Well,
of
I
our
don't know, 'cause
companies have
apparently he's
been
still
wound
alive,
up.
him. Well, you say that, but the evidence is mounting to say that them two could still well be out there somewhere, especially Maxwell, because that was definitely not her they put up in that prison the other day.
You reckon?
Sorry. Well, they may as well have put me there. It's a totally different person.
It's just something about you that we don't know, sir.
No, I'd probably just look more like Ghislaine Maxwell than whoever they put out there the other day. She had a face job and put on about 7 stone since the last time we see it. Not her.
Okay. Well, maybe it's all the
Well,
pizzas.
anyway.
No?
Yeah, it could be. No sweet.
Well, here's one that you sent in from Paul Watson. Okay.
I think everyone's seen this, but I mean,
wow,
this is enough to give you nightmares, isn't it?
Imagine it's the middle of the night and this turns up at your front door.
Oh, it wouldn't be there for long, mate.
Yeah.
Can you rewind it a little bit?
I mean, what the hell?
It's just modern Britain. 2:30 a.m. police call. Take him to local hospital for an assessment. They call to say they don't know who he is or where he's from. No repercussion. Apparently he attacked staff at the hospital and they just released him anyway. Meanwhile, on the streets of Manchester.
Go away, man. I've just seen what you just did there. Go away.
Take a wild guess at what this budding Casanova did.
You're rubbing your dick on them.
He's not even ashamed of being caught. There's so much of this happening thanks to mass migration. Any given night in any major city, these creeps were standing around waiting to isolate drunk girls.
There you go. Now, we'd already covered that last week, okay? We'd covered it, so that's okay, them coming out with it afterwards. But the fact of the matter is that this is happening. And what are the police supposed to do? Tell me.
Well, at least you'd take it seriously when someone's doing that. Not being funny, if you've got a letterbox, that could have been solved really quickly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Use your
Definitely.
imaginations.
Yeah. Now,
it's scary though, isn't it? Because imagine if you didn't. I mean, all right, it was probably bad enough having a male in the house anyway. But imagine if you didn't and you're just there with your kid on your own, because a lot of mums will be.
I know.
And you've got that. It can look like he was banging his head on the door.
Not good.
Wow. And then
Not
they
good.
take him to the hospital and then they just leave him there and then he assaults people. It's like, wow, you're not really learning, are you? Plod.
Well, they criticize the police for not doing their job. But then you come across somebody, a police presence that actually does do their job. Now, this is another one that you sent in, and this is about the lady. Okay?
Yeah, I think everyone's
The
probably seen
WPC.
this, but it's good to talk about it again, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hear what you're saying. In this country, we have freedom of speech, the same way you guys have your freedom of speech. Now, you guys don't need to see eye to eye, and you don't need to agree, and you're all more than welcome to stand here and have conversations with them, but they're not being aggressive. They're not.
Someone girl come here, they just never know, he might get smashed up. That's the thing.
That's their risk. That's their risk.
I told the police because on the way I heard them say offensive word about the religion. I ignored it. I went. I came back. On the way, he was talking about profit. Then he said like a donkey.
So he clarified to one of your friends what he says.
Yeah, but it's like no. You know, if I could misunderstand the word, but when hundreds of people are stopping, because what you say, there must be something wrong.
It's contentious though.
Yeah.
It's a contentious area.
So why is he doing that? Yeah.
He has the right to do it.
What's the moral of the story? Is he allowed to do whatever he's doing?
Yes.
But you see, there's
the story is
hate
Yeah.
and the freedom of speech. What he's doing is hate.
That's
He's not. There's a full hate crime, man.
It's not.
and she's standing her ground.
And this is East London, this is Whitechapel, Bengali area also. Muslim area.
Offending our prophet.
I understand that you guys don't want to
What's
hear.
their area got to do with it?
I would recommend that you just move away and don't listen to him.
Yeah, but we live here.
You're going to stand here.
But excuse me, officer, we live here. So if we came outside his...
You're not in his... He's not in your home.
No, but end of the day, this is our community.
No, I hear you.
You don't see Muslims walking around insulting other faiths. But he's doing that
You guys
himself.
can preach about your religion the same way.
But he's not preaching, he's inciting hatred by saying cool. He was calling our prophet a donkey.
No, that's not what he said.
That's
He
what,
quoted-
and you weren't here, now he's quoting that to you.
Multiple other people have told me what he said.
Now, there you go. Okay? Tell me, what's your views on that? I mean, I'm just oblivious to their complaints. Oblivious. They're just trying to dominate.
I'm not going to hold back, but she's literally trying to teach retards to eat crayons, mate. It's not going to work. I'm sorry, but all these little punitive measures like, oh, we're going to ban cousin marriage. Well, obviously it should have been banned. Oh, we're going to stop Sharia courts and we're going to ban halal meat. They don't care. It won't stop them. It's just pissing into the wind again. Anyone who like they're all just going to leave because of that? Nah. I've seen enough videos now where they're like, we're going nowhere, we're taking over.
Well, here you go. Took the words right out of his mouth.
You know, the other argument is, okay, so if you don't like it here, go to your own country.
But why would we do that when our forefathers were instrumental in rebuilding this country after World War II? It was our grandfathers who worked in the factory 20 hours. It was our grandfathers who came here and ran the infrastructure. It was our grandfathers who bought you the lovely curry, which is your national dish. So how can you tell us to go? We're not going nowhere. We are here to stay. Like I say, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
Look at
the city of Birmingham will not tolerate the disrespect of our Prophet, peace be upon him, and there will be outcomes from your actions. You will have repercussions for your actions. We have been trained from birth that we must defend the honor of our Prophet, and we will lay our life on the line.
Really? Okay. Well, if you are going to be prepared to lay your life on the line, well, then just go jump off a bridge somewhere then.
They're full of shit, John. If they want to lay their life on the line for Islam, there's plenty of wars they can go and fight. But they won't really
tell them to get over there
and moan about our laws instead.
Yeah, go defend your brethren over in Iran. Go on.
Good luck with that one. Yeah, do you know what? I mean, fair play to the plod, whatever we're going to call them these days. That Rosa, she was quite good. But everyone's like saying she's some kind of saint. She should get a medal for doing a job properly. I don't think so. Well done for doing your job properly is probably pushing it as well, because that's what every police officer should have been saying.
All the time, not giving in to them. Right? No. If Rupee gets his way, they will be deported.
The thing is, John, is they look confused because they know they're doing that thing that they're all doing now. Alex Phillips, all the lefties, pretending they don't understand, right? It's so embarrassing. They're doing that thing again. They pretend they looked all surprised because she didn't buckle under the intimidation, which is normally what happens. Correct. So next time they'll up the ante and they'll just turn up and they'll push a little harder. And then eventually some copper somewhere is just going to melt like the wet wipes most of them are, unfortunately. You know what we should be doing? We should be rewarding her and actually giving her a promotion.
Encouraging them.
And actually, I think you should probably be running this police force, love, because the people at the top wouldn't have been brave enough to say that, would they?
Yeah.
But no, by now, she's probably been transferred to, I don't know, the Shetland Isles and put on a desk job, hasn't she? But honestly, she won't last 5 minutes. Honestly, because the Muslim Council of whatever fucking thing they do this week, we'll have a right good moan about that in the background. Oh, but the community and our prophet. Couldn't care less.
Don't care. We don't care.
Don't want anyone insulting your prophet. Islamic countries are that way, or is it that way? I don't know. I don't care.
No, it could be that way, or it could be this way, or what way?
Sorry.
How about this way?
Just go.
Yeah, disappear.
Stop your moaning and disappear.
The people, the majority of Muslims are peaceful. These guys, they piss me off something rotten. I take a Trump attitude towards them. And Starmer, God,
The majority might be peaceful, John, but are they speaking out about these same problems? No, they're not.
They got to. They got to. Okay, here's
did you
Patrick.
Notice when,
go
before
on.
you do, did you notice when we showed a video like a couple of months ago where there was a nonce on an estate and they were literally protesting outside the house because the police weren't really handling it properly? The house was spray painted, graffitied. There were people out there. You'd even said that some of the dads had tried to deal with it themselves. Do you ever see that in the Muslim community?
No.
No, you don't, do you?
No.
No. Just saying. Just leave that there.
Well, here is Patrick Christie's, and he's talking about Islamists intimidating journalists.
It's Muslims.
Yeah.
On my GB News show a couple of nights ago, all I did was read out a testimony from a victim, from a survivor. All I did was read out the testimony that she said at Rupert Lowe's independent gang inquiry. And that was enough to prompt this huge, monumental backlash from various different Muslim activists with huge followings that are all saying, report him to Ofcom en masse. And more, I would argue, in a much more sinister sense, putting my face on posters about how, and misquoting me, saying things like I said that Muslims are using Eid to white girls and all this, which I did not say. And the reason behind that, in my personal view, is to try to put a target on my back.
Yep. And I agree.
Yeah, I've got some of these myself. Should we read some of them? Seeing
Yes,
as Patrick
please.
just opened the floodgates. I don't know
Yes,
which one
go
he
ahead.
read, but these are from the Rupert Lowe's Restore, whatever you want to call them, the rape gang survivors'
absolutely.
testimonies. So there's the first one. After one of the worst gang rapes, I went to the sexual health clinic at the Princess Royal Hospital. I was bleeding from both my vagina and back passage. I'm not censoring any of my words. And so swollen, I could not sit down. I told staff my drink had been spiked and I did not know what had happened because I was too afraid to tell the truth. They did not ask any questions. They gave me tablets and discharged me. I was 15. Next one. At 16, I met a man named Mr. Khan. He was physically violent and sexually abusive, locked me in his car and beat me if I refused sex. Afterwards, he would place a £10 note between my legs and say, put that in your pussy. I did not sleep with these men for money. I did it because I craved affection or because I was frightened. Not that one. That's grim. No, bollocks, we'll do it. My friend once sent me a desperate text asking for help. I was with rape gang member, not named at the time. My friend had previously pointed out one of his houses to me, so we went there. When I entered, I found a man raping my friend while holding a knife to her throat. He threatened me as well. I ran to the kitchen, grabbed the knife and forced him off her while screaming for my friend to run. We fled the house. A man picked us up and drove us to Birmingham. Shortly after, one of these rapey guys called me furious that I had cost him money. I can go on with hundreds of these, mate, but you get the picture. Do you know what I mean? And they're probably some of the less brutal ones as well, to be honest with you, mate, because some of them go into real detail. But we've heard all this. And
It just beggars belief, okay? And here's something
God
okay,
forbid
that I
someone took
found.
hair on a Palestinian's head, though, John. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
God fucking bid. Sorry, go
All right,
on.
well,
I interrupted again.
Keir Starmer. And I think this gets down to the truth about certain things, okay? And the way certain things are actually allowed to go on. Now, have a listen to these allegations.
Shocking new allegations about Sir Keir Starmer, as per a Daily Express investigation, are going to put you on the edge of your seat tonight. An Express investigation has found documents from Sir Keir Starmer's time as Britain's top prosecutor that he put his name to that mentioned the drafting and agreeing of warning notices with police chiefs that whistleblowers say had been given to suspected child rapists. A Number 10 source has told GB News that the warning notices were not drawn up or devised under Sir Keir Starmer. The Express investigation also alleges that no research was ever conducted into the effectiveness of these early intervention tools and that they were often used instead of gathering evidence.
Wow.
Well, Maggie Oliver, who exposed the Rochdale grooming gang scandal, told the Express how she had seen fellow officers use these letters to make investigations, in quotes, go away, and described them as an ASBO for paedophiles. Police say that child abduction warning notices, which were in use years before this document was published in 2010, are an effective way of protecting a child who is regularly missing, but may also be used to address controlling behaviour like grooming gangs, which is not associated with missing episodes. They typically warn an adult that they have no permission to associate, communicate, or have any contact with the affected child.
Wow. Okay. Now, I know this is the Daily Express, and I know that they probably have, something, on this because Purkis, I think his name is, Zach Purkis. He's the editor there, and he will have really gone into this quite heavily in order to bring this out and also to allow them. Now, if Keir Starmer has been making it possible for these people to get away lightly with an ASBO. All right? And the police, basically, that gives the police the tool to say, look, not on my watch. Let's just forget about it. Okay?
His mates hang around with nonsense. There's just nonsense rife throughout his party.
Yep.
The corruption, the possible, I don't know, what are they calling it? Treason, the failures to look after the children, and they're still trying to take some moral high ground, Labour. And then when we think we might be getting somewhere and getting rid of the two-party system, it's like jumping out the frying pan and into the fire, because here come the Greens. Oh
Jesus. Oh, listen. Here's Zach Polanski. All right, listen to this guy. I mean, this is just incredible. Yeah. Say something about him. Jesus Christ, toothless. The tit whisperer.
They're meant to be leading the polls in Gorton.
Oh,
God. Yeah. Oh, God. God's sake.
I do want to say I've heard that the Labour Party are about to attack with some more smears, particularly around the issue of drugs. And I want to be very serious about this. In the last 13 years, drug deaths have increased every single year. It's an incredibly important and serious issue. For the Labour government to be playing political games with people's lives is totally unacceptable. And what I think it speaks to in places like Manchester are why people are sick of the old establishment politics. They're seeing people who aren't taking issues seriously, who aren't doing the things that need to be done to protect people, to take a public health approach, to make sure that children absolutely can't go anywhere near drugs. Right now, children can often get drugs if they want. That's a completely unacceptable situation. And that's why I'm saying very clearly, I want to legalise, regulate and control drugs. And that's...
Really?
Right. You know what they've all been doing over the weekend?
Smoking weed.
Well, they've probably been down now. They've been injecting heroin, probably. That's what they'll be doing soon. So they've all been and I'm not just trolls on loads of the big names. They've been selectively cherry-picking data, haven't they? But they've not looked at it properly. So they've been posting this meme about how decriminalising drugs in Portugal has worked a treat. Unfortunately, though, he wants to legalise it, not decriminalise it. There's quite a difference.
Yeah.
And the little meme stops about, 2017. Wonder why that is, eh, Zach? So if you actually look at some of the research from Portugal, since about 2017-18, it's kind of gone back the other way. So you've got open-air drug use in Porto. You've got a 12-year high in overdoses. Wasn't on your meme, you lying frauds. It doubles after their selective meme. You had increased drug use from 7.8% in 2001 to 12.8% in 2022. They had a budget collapse, treatment backlogs, and then they had to recriminalise some of it because people were carrying around large amounts and saying, it's just personal use. Honestly, efforts like implementing harm reduction inside prisons with needle exchanges failed. Staff aren't interested. And then they didn't go and cherry pick data from other countries. That's probably because in North America and Asia, it's failed. Oregon, USA, failed. British Columbia, Canada, failed. Thailand tried cannabis, failed. Ecuador, failed. Apparently, the government said it contributed to a generation of addiction among young children.
Jesus
and then that brings me on
Christ.
to what's Dave here going to do about fentanyl, which is highly lethal and addictive? You're going to legalise that, are you, mate? You absolute fucking... Honestly, John, These people are so... You know when people say he's dangerous? They're not lying, mate. He
I'm
is so
telling you.
dangerous. You cherry pick a little bit of data where it worked for 5 or 10 years. Don't
Well,
look
they're
at
just
the bigger picture. You can
everything
piss off.
that. Yeah, but how is it working out when he's talking like that? Okay, and then he's actually attracting the Muslim vote. I mean, listen to this promo at Gorton and Denton.
Well, you're just going to... I don't need to speak because you're going to play this and it's going to explain it. Go.
को गोर्टन और डेंटन एक जुल्म सियासतदान जीत सकता है अगर हम रिफॉर्म को रोकने के लिए ग्रीन को वोट ना दें।
मेरा नाम हना स्पेंसर है। मैं ग्रीन पार्टी की उम्मीदवार हूँ।
दुकानदार, सफाई करने वाले, ड्राइवर्स, माइन, ये हम हैं जो इस इलाके को चलाते हैं। लेकिन सियासतदान हमारे लिए काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। बिल्स बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, किराए हमें घरों से निकाल रहे हैं और हम 2 गुना मेहनत करके भी कम कमा रहे हैं। रिफॉर्म हमारी कम्युनिटीज को तोड़ना चाहती है, वो उन खानदानों को डिपोर्ट करना चाहती है।
Where is Gorton and Denton? I mean, because this is all in Urdu.
Yeah,
They're
there was a
speaking in
translation,
Urdu.
but I've just translated. Basically, it's the same old lefty tribe. Oh my God, everyone's literally Hitler. Vote green or you're going to get Nazism. That is their whole election campaign. We're going to want to bring down the establishment, but you can't have reform because they're literally Hitler. So vote for us instead. Otherwise, you get.
But how are they going to reconcile the tit whisperer legalizing drugs, which they won't have anything to do with?
Yes,
and also, isn't Zach Polensky? Isn't he a homosexual?
Yeah, basically what's going to happen is they're going to feed this crocodile, right? And then one day it's going to turn around, it's going to go, legalize drugs, gay. And the crocodile's at him, mate. And you're going to see little Dave's feet sticking out the crocodile's mouth, and we're all going to go, well. Do you know what, John? Half of me just wants to let it all burn so I can watch them get eaten by the crocodile, mate, and go,
It's just incredible. I mean, how...
This isn't it, mate?
But, I mean, the most incredible aspect of that is that this is an election in England. And we have a promo for an English candidate of the Greens completely in Urdu.
I tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be like, the Allied forces in World War II, and they all got together to beat the nasty Germans, right? And then what happened? Just, honestly, it's one of those, my enemies' enemies, my friends, we're all going to get together to get rid of those nasty Nazis. And then watch what happens. The fallout in this Green Party is going to be so funny. I'm going to sit there with my popcorn and watch it, and I know who's going to win. And it won't be the drippy lefties, John Willer.
No, but when we start looking at everything that's going on in this country that's being enabled by this man, Starmer, even CNN in the States has done an analysis of his popularity. And this is and CNN is a left-wing broadcaster. And
this is the thing with Labour, all right, the lunatics. But you've got some people in there, whether rightly or wrongly, saying you can't do that, you can't do that. The establishment will say you can't do this, you can't. The Green Party, they've got no whip, they've just got nothing. They're just out there, mate, and they're going to say and do batshit crazy stuff, and no one's going to stop them, John. It's going to be like watching Candace Owens just slowly go off the rails, do you know what I mean? Until it's like, what next? Oh, we're just going to legalise, I don't know, gang rape, because we don't upset our... Do you know where I'm going here? Like, what else are you going to legalise?
Well, here's CNN for you. Let's see what they got to say. And this is here we go. Well, it's not about the Greens. It's about Starmer, but I don't know.
No, well, I've summed them up anyway, haven't I?
These numbers are absolutely atrocious. I mean, you never see numbers like this in the United States, Americans. Britons who like Keir Starmer, look at this. Overall, it's just 1 in 5. It's just 1 in 5. It's 20%. His own party, Labour, he's just at 52% there. I've even seen numbers with satisfaction of him in the teens. This is actually higher than the lowest number. We're talking just about 20%. We always talk about Donald Trump being unpopular in this country, but Donald Trump looks downright like Abraham Lincoln compared to Keir Starmer's numbers at this point.
Well, translate this into American then.
Okay, let's translate this into American. Okay, I think of presidents, I think of leaders of this country who had low approval ratings, and I think of Richard Nixon. Okay, popularity ratings in their own country. In 1974, Richard Nixon, just before he was forced to resign, 24%. But look at Starmer. He's actually lower. He's lower at 20%. He is polling more.
He's polling lower than Nixon did in 1974.
Now than Richard Nixon was with Americans before he was forced to resign. And I will note within their own party, they're both at about 50% popularity ratings. That, of course, is a very dangerous number, because it's one thing if you don't have the support of the overall electorate, but when you don't even have the real support of your own party, those are the types of numbers that you can say, adios amigos, goodbye, see you later.
We know what this typically means here in the United States, low numbers like this. What have numbers this low, if there have ever been numbers this low, mean for people in power in the United Kingdom?
Yeah, okay, so I went back through the history books, looked back through all the stats,
Here we go.
all the old British polls that I can find. Okay, let's take a look at UK PMs with ratings as bad as Starmer's. Look at this, all lost or resigned before their next election. So nobody who has had numbers as bad as Keir Starmer has ever survived numbers this bad, just like Richard Nixon didn't survive numbers this bad back in 1974.
So then what are the prediction markets saying about what could happen to Starmer?
Okay, so what are the prediction markets saying of what happened to Keir Starmer? Take a look here. Chance Starmer is out of power by the end of August. Already 59% chance that Keir Starmer is out of power by the end of August. If there was a market later on, I bet this number would climb even higher. But at this point, Keir Starmer has a major size political problem, and I don't think the news of today will help him much at all.
There you go. That's from a left-wing broadcaster in the States.
That doesn't even scratch the surface. So I've been watching all these by-elections. And Labour are struggling to hold seats. Now, last week was particularly bad, John, because there was 3 by-elections. Forget where they were. All seats held by Labour for quite a while. How many did they hold, do you think?
None.
None of them, mate. Now, I say sad thing. I don't know if it is. Now, normally Reform have been winning some, but last week was the first time in a while they didn't take them.
Right.
Yeah. Is that the Restore effect, or was that just a constituency where, they were never going to win anyway? But they're losing now on average, I think, between 20, 30 points or percent, I forget which, on seats that they have held.
Wow.
Like this Gorton and Denton one's going to be a biggie, mate, because that is meant to be one of their safest seats ever, and they have crashed and burned. And even Jezbollah is supporting the cranky Greens. I'll just sum up the Greens in one sentence.
Go.
Steal money from the rich so we can give it back to the poor, so they can trans their crackhead sons in between doing some recycling, all at the mosque. Make that make sense?
Well, here's something.
Honestly, the downfall of this is just going to be spectacular. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, make sense of this, okay? And here's our international story of the night. And this is Yvette Cooper being questioned on the refusal to allow U.S. military use their military bases. Here we go.
Oh, she's cringy. Do we have
reports that the UK has told the US it cannot use RAF bases for any strikes on Iran?
Doesn't she look like Chucky? An older version of Chucky.
Is that true?
The UK and the US have a long, deep security partnership. We work immensely closely. And on the issue of Iran, that is why we're supporting the US talks taking place with Iran, because frankly, the Iranian regime has continued to pose a security threat, has continued to pursue.
Something about this feels bigger than just a diplomatic disagreement. Here's what's happening. The United Kingdom has reportedly refused to allow the United States to use British military bases, including Diego Garcia and RAF Fairford, to launch potential strikes against Iran. That means our government can't just position bombers and refuelers on Allied soil without explicit approval. Here's the part nobody's really talking about. This isn't just about geography, it's about legal and political constraints. The UK leaders are worried a strike could violate international law, and they're pushing back against pressure from Washington. If this becomes the new norm, where even our closest allies say no to supporting offensive military plans, then what we thought of as seamless military cooperation starts to look fragile and conditional. Now, to be fair, some argue the UK is simply upholding international norms while we balance diplomacy and military readiness. But the real question is, if our allies won't let us stage operations from their soil, where does that leave our options, and how does that shape the future of U.S. strategy in the Middle East?
Well, there you go. That's Tucker's take on it. So Yvette Cooper dribbling.
I can't stand her. I'll never forget what she did with the Sharia inquiry.
Yeah.
And when I literally begged her to help me get rid of all them no map nonsense off X, and she just wasn't interested in the slightest, mate. Just bang on about Tommy Robinson all the time.
Yeah.
She's a traitor.
Well,
just
can you think?
Go on. I'm just going to say, if you listen to any Americans talking about this, I have online, and do you know what some of them are saying?
Go on.
We'll just fucking take Diego Garcia. Fuck the British.
That's right. They'll just do it.
Yeah. And do you know what? I kind of agree with them a little bit, because you know who gets hold of that if we give it away, don't you?
China.
The Chinese. And then we have lost so much influence in that.
And when you're talking about China, okay,
region, to be honest, mate. So
Prince Edward Island in Canada.
What's he done?
Oh. Ooh, well, okay.
It's not like Jeffrey Epstein's island, no.
No, this is a bit different. This is
running a family then for a minute. Go on.
This is the island for money laundering.
So they've got one for the nonsense, one for the money laundering.
Investigation came to us.
That's it.
And what we found was money laundering, corruption, and elite capture at the highest levels.
Nonsense.
During our investigation, we had some brave citizens, islanders from Prince Edward Island that came forward and provided a depth of information that would provide for a law enforcement agency sufficient grounds to launch a criminal investigation. The Master Jin Yen, who came into the province, it is our belief from...
He was running a monastery, a Buddhist monastery, and this is where all the money laundering was taking place.
All right, maybe the next island to check is
our
Andrew
investigation Island. That is tied directly back to the PLC, or the Communist Party in China. We were able to establish that the monastery has set up a network of corporations. And if you look at it from a point of view of money laundering, it's what you would anticipate finding in an organized crime network. This monastery, if you look at it from a Dalai Lama's point of view, you would not anticipate finding corporations, land transfers, land flips, and citizens being paid under the table cash for residences and property. And that is what has happened in Prince Edward Island now for a period of a number of years, ever since the provincial nominee program came into existence and they were allowed in.
Right. So no wonder the Albertans want to split from the rest of Canada, okay? Because they're seeing all of this. These are the things that the rest of the world are not seeing. And it's also what the mainstream press are not telling people about what's going on. Go ahead.
Question?
Yeah, but before you do,
is this... I got who, when, and okay, we got the where, who and when we're doing this, or is this going to be another, well, we've arrested a couple of people for, I don't know, doing illegal shenanigans all across the world with thousands of other people, but we don't know who all the people are. Is this going to be another Epstein where just 2 people get done for trafficking, girls?
I don't know. But they're going in.
It'd be nice to know, because I'm going to safely say.
Well, we'll see if we can follow it up.
Will be the same people who will be involved in Prince Andrew Island, because there's going to be one of them, isn't it? Or is it Epstein Island? That's the same thing, isn't it?
I think it's got everything to do with this guy.
Him.
Hello, Kia. Cheeky little monkey. I think it's all to do with him. This is going to be the new one that annoys everybody when
I just sorry, I know you're having I just get this feeling like we're being distracted again.
Maybe.
You know, oh, we found some nonsense. Oh, look over there, corruption. Yeah, we know. But on the great scheme of things, the nonsense need dealing with first, and then you'll probably stop the corruption, because where you find the money, you normally find the children, don't you? Let's face it.
Well, we need to go through all the Epstein records and find out if there's anything about a monkey dancing around with an elephant.
I'll make a note of that, but there's a lot of them. I was trying to do another update, wasn't I? But it's just like everyone surpassed me with like they're still alive. There was this was going, that was going. I was like, I can't beat that yet. I've not found that.
Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, sir. As for X, be bye. You can do what you've done, and we no longer trust you.
Do you know what I mean? Why? How come? Like, before we go, I bet you Alex Jones and everyone are alive now, but we can't for some reason. So, is it because we say things people don't like?
I don't know, but we are live. We're live on there, but they're just not letting anybody know that we're on there.
No.
Okay, so but
even if are you able to put it? How are you? Can you tweet it or something while we're live? Because no one else can see it. So
no, I don't know.
I click on stuff and X doesn't even work, mate. That's how crap it is.
I said they're getting turned right off it. I mean, he might be the king of free speech, but shit, his platform doesn't work.
To be about you're now the media, and this is going to be a
he's full of it.
Free speech. I mean, you can go on there, right? You can call people the N-word. You can go on about the Jews all day long. You can literally say whatever you want on X now, but try and go live and talk about politics. God forbid.
What Jews are you on about? You on about apple juice? Orange juice? Grapefruit juice?
Pineapple juice.
Just like this guy is drinking.
I can go on there now and find men with the willies out. I can find racism, no problem. You racism, like proper, people hiling Hitler and all that shit, right? Can find all the. Remember Mr. Dong or whatever he was? He had this big dick hanging out.
King Dong.
Don't find all that, mate. Right? We'll try and go live. Oh, you bad boys! No,
bad boys.
That's Alex Jones, and he can go live.
No more money.
He's been banned for years. Have we been banned? Right, take me out of it. Have you ever been banned from X?
No, but I'm banning X. Right, as soon as that subscription finishes, that's it. Banning X. I'm not going on it anymore.
I've not been banned from X, but formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, fucking hundreds of times.
And anybody with any common sense that's experiencing the same problems, just leave them. We'll find another way. Somebody will come through. Okay. In fact, we'll ask Grok how right, you can actually get X to do what you're supposed to do, because he's the one that's on the front end answering all your questions. And I've already told Grok that he's full of shit.
It's bad, mate, because you look at your interaction, your views, and it's way less when they don't put it out live.
Correct.
Loads of people haven't had the notification. Other people who are expecting it to be out at a certain time are just like, oh, well, they haven't done one. And then when you put it out, it doesn't quite have the same effect, the same reach.
No.
You get
it's intentional. I can only assume now it's intentional on X's part. If they want to actually come back to me and tell me and show me, because we're not doing anything wrong, and it's with Ecamm. And Ecamm's a great solid program. It just works, and you follow everything that you're doing, and that's it.
Well,
end of story. So we're not moaning. We don't give a shit about X anymore. We're not bothered about it.
It can't be Ecamm, mate, because we were live on Rumble at the same time. That's fine. You can go live on YouTube. Not that we bothered anymore. Like, what else? You can go live on the. What else was it? Apple, is that live or we?
No, that's just the video's coming though on that. You can go. You can't go live on Spotify. You got to upload. Okay, so all these things. It is getting there. There's going to be more channels and stuff like that. So X, not bothered. And it's not a moan. We just don't give a shit about you anymore. All right,
I just think he's gone away from the whole platform. He's concentrating too much on the fucking whole Grok thing and everything. I think, mate, rather than sorting out these little issues with just like making a platform stable,
because all those
until last week or the week before. So it's something they've done. It's
on their side, and all these little people. It's like all these little shops. You start killing them, okay? The business you're going to lose.
Yeah, well, people, money talks, doesn't it? And the ones with the money and the ones bringing the money in and the ones getting the advertising, that's all they care about.
All right, fair enough.
The same way as the corporate media eventually, won't it? Because they'll be beholden to money. Because at the end of the day, he's a billionaire and it's a business. So he can go on about, I'd lose money to say whatever I want. Well, go on then. Lose money then. So we can say whatever we want to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Good logic. Good logic. Well, we've been on. We've had our say about certain things. We're going to be uploading it to lots of other platforms, finding new ones, and we're going to start letting people know. Okay, well, that's it. Thank you very much, Stats. And thank you very much to this guy.
You know what, mate? If he was standing in that court and by-election, I'd rather vote for him than any of them others.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, we vote for this monkey in Gorton and Denton.
We've got to be better than the freaking monkey the Greens have put up, mate. Have you seen her? She's thick as two short planks covered in mince in between pig shit. Did I cover them all then? Do you know what I mean?
But she can speak Urdu.
God, she's reading that off a teleprompter and they've literally written it in English as it sounds in Urdu.
Phonetically.
She's got no idea what she's saying there, mate. She could have been saying stuff from the Quran.
Yep.
She wouldn't have known, mate.
She was speaking Urdu with a bad hairdo.
Probably made more sense when she's speaking English. I didn't do politics until a couple of years ago. Me see problems. Me want to fix problems. It's like, wow, you're going to light the world alight. You can't wait for you to get into Parliament because I reckon the Greens are going to win. Just on the back of, don't vote for them, it's literally Hitler. And everyone goes, You know what happened with Biden the first time?
And they brought in Steve Bannon, like doing this. What?
They've got nothing to promote themselves, so it's just, let's
knock somebody else
aside and see if that puts people off voting for them.
Yeah, well, I'm promoting us. We're good, okay? We're good. And at the moment, X is...
Do you know what? If you ever stood... Did you stand against the Greens last time?
Yeah, and I beat them.
Though, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've never stood against the Greens. Oh, bring it on next time, you bunch of lunatics.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, it's going to be hilarious.
So, is your leader still the tit whisperer?
Dave the crackhead. Well in, Dave.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is the end of the show, and this is Crew Kern Gazette, our fave raves. Let's go, and this is Lowe versus Farage. This is the showdown.
Oh, this sounds good. And I tell you what, Wednesday we'll have some good news. No, we won't. We'll be just trying to be optimistic with some good news. But...
Crown on the right.
Well, it won't be good. Yeah, look at this.
Lions in a Friday night fight.
Yeah, we'll catch up on this little row on Wednesday, I think.
Only one man gets the heartbeat. You built reform, but lost your flame. You built restore, nobody knows the name. Clash of egos, truth or fraud. Only one gets the final applause.
Nigel, Messiah, the protest crew. Whole party built just worshipping you. You love that spotlight, center of the frame. Every speech sounded exactly the same. You trim my words, try to center my tone. Scared of truth when it's fully shown. You call it leadership, I call retreat. Strong in the pub, but weak in the seat. You mutate, message when the winds will shift. Every new trend, just another costume fit. Brexit was yours, I'll give you that pass. But Brittany's future, not living in last. The river, please, let's talk real facts. Every team you join, you turn and attack.
All the tattoos on him.
Can't stay still. Every bridge burned by your own free will. You rage in public, lose control fast. You silly old fart still stuck in the past. You shout and rant, then leak and implore. Same tiger tantrum we've seen before. You been cutting it with rage, can't hold it tight. Every angry outburst losing the fight. You want my crown, but you ain't got the key. You built your whole image reacting.
Crown on the right, who wears it tight? Two old lions in a Friday night fight. Messiah rising or chairman fall. Only one man takes it all.
Yeah, your party's orbit, one man son. Anyone shines, you cut them down, done. You built a movement but froze in place, more performance.